fun fact, I listen to Journey when I work out. Well, thank you guys so much for taking time to join us today. Our most valuable asset is our time. So thank you for sharing it with Tulio and all of us on this Zoom. My name's Lindsay, and I'm just going to introduce our guest today, who is a rock star agent, an amazing person, and we can't wait to learn all the things from Tulio today. So this is a true mastermind. If you have questions, we want you to pop them into the chat. I'll be looking at the chat as we go through today's presentation. So feel free to jump in, ask questions. I'll queue up some of those questions for Tulio. And think of me as the MC of today's call. So for those of you that don't know me, no, it's not working. Here we go. I'm Lindsay, and I've been in real estate since 2014. I got a real estate team going in San Antonio, Texas. I specialized in working with military families. I grew it from 0 transactions to 120 in 4 years. And then I PCS. We moved to Colorado Springs. That's actually where I met my friend Tulio. And Tulio and I met because at the time we were growing an online referral network. And we grew our referral network to over 100 million in closed referrals over 5 years. And over the last year and a half, I'm confident and happy to say that I am part of the 17% of all business owners that actually sold their business. So now I focus on coaching and consulting awesome people like Tulio. And I'm honored that he's joining us today. So Tulio and I have actually been working together for, gosh, how long has it been, Tulio? A couple years.
Ooh, more than a couple. I think we're going at least 6 years in some form of fashion. I remember when you and I were at Starbucks, and I used to just have you mentor me in certain areas. And then you said to me, all right, Tulio, I'm going to be your coach, and you're going to pay me, and you're going to pay me this amount, and I'm going to help you double your business. And I said, okay.
Mm-hmm. And we did.
And you've been my coach ever since.
Yeah.
And we did.
It's been an honor to see Tulio hit millionaire real estate status multiple years in a row. It's been an honor to see Tulio set up simple systems in his business that have taken him. I remember one of the first conversations we had is Tulio sold over 70 transactions by himself. And he said, I'm a rock star agent. I do all these things, yet he hadn't been to a single basketball game for his kids. And now Tulio has it on his calendar. He goes on family vacations, hits basketball games, and he does that because he's been able to level up his leadership, build pillars in his business of systems. And now he's here to pour into all of you guys. So without further ado, that's the things for joining us. Slides, we're not going there. I'm going to turn over controls to Tulio. And we're talking about a really important subject today, and that is building client events, promoting those events. I remember when we talked about building an event in your business, and Tulio was like, okay, eyes rolled back in his head. And I said, no, Tulio, seriously, events will transform how you work with clients. And it has been fun to see him now implement events in this cadence in his business that continue to not only fuel referrals. I would say he averages anywhere from 2 to 3 referrals per event, but he gives back. And that piece is really impactful. So Tulio, you got the floor, sir.
All right. Well, thank you, Lindsay. And I wouldn't be doing all of this if it wasn't for you and your guidance and education throughout the years. So thank you. And I also want to thank Jessica and Anna, who Anna is shared by Lindsay and myself. She is on both of our teams. And most of you know Jessica, who's my director of operations. I couldn't make this stuff happen if it wasn't for both of them. So they help me now to do these things at a point where I get to almost just show up, which is cool. Okay. It wasn't always that way. But what we're going to focus on today is client appreciation events, but we're going to talk about virtual client appreciation events. And Lindsay helped me get into doing these. And when I say virtual client appreciation events, often people go, what? What do you mean? Virtual client appreciation events. And often I'll say virtual movie night. And that even gets people to go, what? Even more. because often when as a realtor, when you say myself or my team does a movie night, they think of at the movies. And that's a cool way. I remember years ago I did Dory at the movies. I actually teamed up with a few other realtors and we shared in the expense. And it was neat. But then, when COVID rolled around, it's like, what do we do now? And Lindsay said, well, let me share something with you that we did back in San Antonio. And I was like, what a neat idea. And it was doing a movie night that you do from home and your clients do it from home, but you create an experience for your clients and their children if they have children. But one thing that's neat is people don't have to have kids to do this stuff. We have full grown adults, we have senior citizens, we have single dudes that do this, that sign up for these events and take part and look forward to them. So, what we're going to focus on today is our concept of virtual movie night. We've also done virtual painting date nights also. Okay. So, and people look forward to these things. They're actually asking us, what's next? What's next? And to the point that we've gotten them involved where they get to vote on what's next. And they get to vote on what's the next
Well,
movie that we're
today
going to do.
is a training for he's really good.
Dana, you're not muted, my friend. So just so you know, I think you are now. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you guys can see some visuals. Okay, just give me a moment here. Lindsay, can you see my screen? All right, cool. And let me see if I can make this view a little bit better. Let's go to slideshow and play from start should work. Cool. All right. So here we go. Scheduling the event. And you guys can screenshot this. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share this with Lindsay so she can share this with everybody afterwards. So you don't have to scramble to write a ton of notes. But you don't just go, hey, we're going to do this tomorrow. There's some planning involved. It's a good 8 to 9 week process in order to kick it off and to deliver it right. So what we recommend is, we do a mix of in-person client appreciation events with virtuals. And we traditionally do about 2 virtuals a year. A movie night, maybe 2 movie nights, maybe one movie night and one painting date night or something like that. But regardless of what, I know other people who've done like cooking classes as well that they've done. I've never done one of those, but I've seen them pulled off before. So scheduling those, picking what you're going to do. We do at least one a quarter is our goal. Okay. The cool thing about doing these virtuals is that you can reach people who no longer live in your city. I think that's beautiful. Okay. We stay in touch with everyone, and I don't care if they're gone. Bad Tulio, old Tulio, way before having a coach of Lindsay, I often let people go when they moved away. That doesn't happen anymore, and a lot of it is because we have a way to stay in touch with them, multiple ways. But these movie nights are awesome ways, and they look forward to it too, and from a distance. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, starting everything at least 8 to 9 weeks in advance, outsource as much of it as you can. Okay. In my early days, we did a lot of outsourcing. Now I've got some people, I've got Anna helps out a ton with this, and Jessica helps out a ton with this, with coordination and helping me put everything together so that when we get out, you'll see. I'm going to move on. All right. This is a picture of what we send out. You see kids with treat boxes. All right. Every one of our clients that signs up gets a movie night themed treat box from us. We had used an outsourced company in the past. We used Mailbox Power Pros, and they did a great job. And you can see this was like Maui and Moana was the theme of this one. I actually dressed up like Maui for a lot of the promotional stuff. And you'll see some pictures of that. It's embarrassing, but funny. So it was a little bit pricey to use Mailbox Power Pro, so we got away from that over time. And now we use our own boxes that actually are larger and can fit more stuff in them. And we just take our own 4-color image with our name, the Peña team, pictures from pictures of the movie, and emblazon the box with it. And it works just as well, and it's more cost effective. But you can see that you get to the reason why we include some treats. These are treats for the family to enjoy during movie night. And we make sure that they know to hold on to this box, and they're going to enjoy it during movie night. And even one of the things that we do from an engagement standpoint is a picture with the box uh, thing on Facebook, where when they get the box, most of our clients already know to do this. The day they get it, they take a picture with the box and they upload it to our Facebook page. So that's a touch. We have multiple touches and games that we do with our clients throughout the process, from beginning to the day of the movie night and at the end of the movie night. So there's a little bit of box design involved with it, and Anna and Jessica Pryor did most of this just using Canva, putting it together and emblazoning the box literally with like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that gets adhered to, a sticker really that gets adhered to it.
Hey,
Choosing
Tulio,
yeah.
can I pause you for a second because I
Sure.
want to add this to something. So before doing client events and incorporating that into your touch plan, how many touches do you think you are touching your clients before incorporating events?
Before doing events,
Mhm.
oh gosh, if I did 4 to 8 a year, I was lucky,
Mhm.
and maybe four, in all honesty, before doing this. And I'm just talking, I know Jessica could chime in to tell you the full-fledged number of touches, but like now, just I'm talking
206.
106 touches. 206.
206.
There's touches happening that I don't even know are happening, Lindsay. Seriously. Because Jessica and Anna handle those, and they're behind the scenes. These are electronic, these are emails, these are DMs, these are things that they've put together for the team. Yeah, as far as my calls, myself and the other teammates, we get like 8 to 10 direct touches. And gosh, sometimes on the day of it, you get 8 touches just from the day of it with the engagement that's happening during the movie. It's
Well,
unbelievable how much stuff happens. Like Facebook is nuts that day.
Well, and that's why I wanted to draw the emphasis on it, because a lot of people, when they think about creating a touch plan, and Gary's magic number, I think, is now close to 90 touches a year or something. It's overwhelming to think like, oh my gosh, like how many things do I need to send the clients? Client events, even virtual events like Tulio is walking us through now, can curate 20 to 30 touches per household just through one event. You do 2 events a year, and now we're hitting 80 touches with the client because we're contacting them multiple times. Anyway, I just wanted to draw emphasis on that because I feel like it's a powerful point.
I'm glad you did. And this makes contacts with your clients throughout the year fun. It makes it fun. It makes it easy. You're doing stuff for them. And then when it's time to ask for business, it makes it simple as well. All right. We also have a system where they can sign up. Usually I do an announcement like a Facebook Live, or we film me just not live, talking about what's going to happen with movie night. And I'll have a Zoom background behind me that has like Toy Story 4 or whatever it is of the movie in the background behind me. And I'll announce when it's happening. Go ahead and click the link, sign up. So we have a Google Doc link that people can sign up, and it's in everything that we're doing leading up to movie night so that they can sign up till our cutoff time. Okay, here's some more images. So you can see people of all ages, yes, kids, and you can see different movies that we've done. We've done Coco, we did Onward, we did Aladdin. I actually dyed my hair blue for Onward. And as most of you know who've hung out with me in person, I have a lot of gray hair. And it was not easy to get the blue paint, the blue stuff out when you have gray hair. I had to shower like 5 times to get it out. But that's my daughter, Livia, holding the Onward box. This is my buddy, Kaylor. Him and his wife take part in every movie. They don't have kids, and they take part in every one. And we have like, this is movie box competition, and they want to win every game that we do. And they usually win like 3 out of our 10 or 12 games that we do leading up to movie night, him and his wife. They are so into it. But these are the type of things that gets blown up on our Facebook page on like the day before and the day of the movie event. Okay, so invite your clients and your friends. Already covered some of this type of stuff, but here's like an image of one of our flyers that we've used in the past. That's just a promotional flyer that is a little reminder of what's going on and how they can sign up for it. And then on the left, it just walks you through a little bit of timeline here. And like I said, I'm going to share this with everybody, but multiple ways to win. You know, we even have the first 10 people who sign up is a way that they can win. Their name goes in a bucket. I draw names out of buckets, literally buckets. I have like 12 buckets that are colorful and everything that we use. We invite people by email. We do it by text message. We do it by video message. We do it by Tulio doing videos that get posted to YouTube. There are so many ways that we invite our clients. Some of them are Anna and Jessica doing behind the scenes that I don't know are happening, and many of them are we're calling them, inviting. We're doing invitations by video to them where they can click the link and sign up. So it gives us a lot of reasons to reach out to our clients. Okay, here's a funny picture. I know it's a little dark, that picture, but this was for Coco. I dressed up in that ridiculous costume multiple times and did promotional pictures and videos and other things where we did where we actually created food treats and stuff that are themed for the movie night. And I wore that costume. It's actually a pretty funny costume. I wore it for Halloween a few times after that as well. Oh, there's a video.
Ernesto de la Cruz? Miguel, no, I haven't seen him. Why? Maybe we can get the blessing together on October 23rd, Saturday. We will have the next Peña team client appreciation event. And we will have the treat boxes going out to all of our past clients with all of the nice caramel corn and the popcorn and the brownies in it. It'll be delicious. We will have many competitions for costumes and for people holding the treat boxes on Facebook and many more trivia competitions. It'll be fun. Do you think that'd be a good idea, Miguel?
It'd be a great idea.
All right. Well, join us on October 23rd, and you get your invitations. Make sure you RSVP, and we see you soon.
I didn't even remember I made that video.
That video is amazing, and I want you to sell my house in that costume. That's amazing.
That's one of my neighbor kids who happened to look like the character from the movie. So I said, hey, would you be Miguel when we make this promo video? He goes, yeah. It's hilarious because then all the kids in my neighborhood wanted to be in my promo videos. So, and they were jealous of each other when I would ask different kids. So, and then my kids are like too big now. So, well, I still do it with them, but the little ones are like, can I be in your next one? So your neighborhood kind of gets involved with it also. I'm so glad that I didn't know that video would roll. That is hilarious. Okay. So, sending Facebook messages out. I've got a timeline here. I'm not going to read all of this to you, but this is something, like I said, I'm going to share it with you. So it kind of gives you a timeline that works out well for us. It's worked out well in the past. And it's just to disseminate the information so that people know, when to sign up and how to take part. And we have our own timeline, our own internal timeline of, film this by this date, film this by this date, do this by this date. So it keeps us in line and in order with that 8 to 9 week process. Okay. Making videos. It's not just making promo videos, but, and Lindsay taught me this, we even came up with drinks that are both for adults and for kids that you can make that are themed for the movie. And then if you look at the bottom picture, these are graham crackers, and that was for Moana. So we did like a water type, ocean type scene with a beach, and there's a little fish in it and stuff like that. Now we always draw a character from the movie on a graham cracker with icing. My neighborhood kids love to come over to do this with myself and my daughter. And we have like 4 kids that do it together, and they have a blast doing it. We also do it on movie night, and our clients do it. Everything they do is a game. And if they do it and they submit a picture of them doing it, their name goes in a bucket to win a gift card. Gift cards are usually like Dairy Queen, Cold Stone, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Sonic, stuff like that. They're usually like $10 gift cards. I'll buy like 12 of them. And people want to win. So each one of these things, they do it. And it's all different. And they got to upload the picture. So it's engagement back and forth. And they're like texting me, did you get my picture? Did you get this? Did you do that? Does it look good? Look at what we did. It's hilarious how excited people are, and they get competitive about winning these prizes. So just a ton of engagement from it. Okay, here's me like making the stuff at my dining or my kitchen table with kids. That was obviously the Coco night, the movie Coco. And we did that around Halloween. It's not necessarily a Halloween movie, but it's Halloween-ish. And one of the things was a guitar. So if you see on the cutting board in front of me, that's myself and the kids. We did like a Mexican guitar drawn on a graham cracker. So, but you can do characters from the movie drawn on it, whatever you want. If you go to our Facebook page for my team and you scroll through that, you'll see years of movie nights that we've done. And our most recent one was Toy Story 4 that just happened last weekend. So there's a whole bunch of, you could scroll through that and see what the Peña team did for the last several weeks for a very recent one. Okay. And then let's see, type the itinerary, write 10 multiple. Oh, this is something fun that we came up with in the more recent couple of years. We actually created a scavenger hunt through the movie now. Okay. We used to just call it trivia, but now we call it a scavenger hunt. And the reason why we changed it to scavenger hunt is because sometimes people say, oh, we've already seen that movie. And I'll be like, well, you've never seen it like this. Because when you watch it with us and you do it this way, we have you find things in the movie that are kind of ambiguous things. And if you find it, you can say it was blue or it was this or it was in this person's hand or whatever. That's another game that you and your kids can play when you watch it. People watch Disney movies and kid movies 1,000 times anyway. This just gives them a different way to watch it. So it's fun. And if they do that, their name goes in a bucket. And when they finish it, it tells us on a Google Doc that they finished it, which is cool. So another game, okay? Posting the video. So this is a timeline essentially of what we do and when we do it on this page for different types of videos, making the food treats, making the drink treats, all that type of stuff is on this slide. Okay, there I am with my daughter Avery, and that's me dressed as Maui. So yes, I have a lot of costumes now because Amazon liked me. And if you don't want to get as crazy as I have with costumes, I've kept it simple too, where like Big Hero 6 was a movie we recently did. I just bought a shirt that was a Big Hero 6 shirt. And for Toy Story 4, yes, I could have been Woody, but I just bought a Toy Story shirt and wore it in all of my videos that we did. But this is Avery and I making a beverage. It was like a blue, well, yeah, blue Hawaiian. There it is on the. So we give our clients the recipes for what to make and when to do it, and then what to do with it too. Like to take a picture of you enjoying the drink and post it to our Facebook page on movie day or movie night.
So Tulio,
Mm-hmm.
I want to pause and I want to ask a strategic question here because folks are like, wow, this is a lot of things, and you're posting all these things, and you're doing this magical experience. When do you ask, Tulio? When do you ask for the referrals?
You ask throughout. You ask throughout.
Yeah.
Really. Every time that you have a touch, a contact with people, if you do get to have true conversation, like they pick up and you go, and you have a care call, first of all, say, hey, listen, my team's doing another one of our client appreciation events, and this one's virtual. We're doing a movie night where we're going to send your family out a treat box to enjoy during the movies. And I walk through what it's about. And I go, can we sign you up? And usually they go, yeah, that sounds like it'd be a blast. And then you transition to, hey, while I have you on the line, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say, who do you know that we could help out with their next move? Who do you know that's buying, selling, investing, that type of stuff? Or you can get really granular. This is the type of stuff we do on Word Wizards where you'll say, who do you know that's got a parent that's moving into an assisted living center? Who do you know that's going to be a blended family now? Maybe a couple that got married and now they've got 5 kids and they had 2 and 3 before. Who do you know that is pregnant and they're going to need more house soon? I get very detailed with those type of questions because I find that when I make my questions specific to them, you tend to have people think more and think of someone versus going, I don't know anybody, So we ask throughout, even on my promo videos that we make. At the end of the promo video, I always will say, and hey guys, if we can help anybody, make sure that you connect us with your friend using that three-way text that we taught you. Just always at the end of any promo that you have, remind them that you're the realtor, that you're their realtor, and remind them to make referrals to you and how to do it. Okay. We'd be honored to help your friends. And the best way to connect us is by a three-way text introduction. Okay. It's a great way to plug it. You're already doing a ton for them and they love that you're putting on these events. But if you don't ask, they're just going to think that you're an event planner. And we're not just event planners. Okay. So, okay, I'm glad you said that because that's a very important thing. And Lindsay has pushed me and reminded me, and I forgot to do it sometimes. I've made some videos. I'm like, darn, ask.
Yes.
Even recently, I forgot.
Well, and this is one of the things where when you first started doing your events, you forgot to make the ask. And I was like, Tulio, we are not an events business. We love people. We want to do the things, but we have to make the ask. And when Tulio started asking, there was 2 to 3 referrals closed per event.
Yeah. Yeah. Check out this couple. This is for our event. They're not my team. These are clients. Got dressed up for Coco and Moana. And we're in Colorado. We're not at a beach. That water's freezing. They went to a cemetery to take that picture holding the guitar. That's crazy. In fact, my family calls them crazies. Anyway, day of the event, morning post, we provide them with the trivia questions so that they, we don't want them to cheat and start doing the trivia stuff in advance. So we get them that type of stuff early on the day of the event. Let's see, my team will get together usually at my house to watch the video. I'll usually feed my team. We'll get pizza, we'll do wings or something like that while the movie's going on. We make it a fun thing for team bonding at the same time. I have my buckets ready and we're dropping names in the buckets. And I know there's digital ways that you can do drawings nowadays as well. I kind of like the buckets though. It's kind of fun. And we have like 3 or 4 families over from the neighborhood also with little kids. And they like to draw the names from the bucket. My neighborhood's always asking, when's the next Peña team event? When's the next team? They want to come over. It's like a birthday party at our house. Okay. We have a targeted time. It's usually 5:30 or 5:45 to kick off the movie. Before the movie, we have every family start playing their movie on Disney.
Hey, Tulio.
Yeah.
Clint had this question. I saw you just walked away from his computer, so hopefully he'll watch it in the replay. But Clint's question was, are you Zooming this? How are they watching the movie? Because talk about that piece.
Yeah, so I go live on Facebook, and we tell people I'm going to go live on Facebook like 5 minutes before the movie time. And I do a little thank you for joining, just explain how it's going to work again so they understand. And we just do a little kickoff, and I tell them we're going to do prize drawings at the end of the movie. So tune back in to our Facebook team page so that, and what time to tune back in. And I go, all right, guys, go ahead and start your movie here right when I sign off. And usually right then it's 5:30. Everybody starts it at the same time. And then we're monitoring, myself, Jessica, Anna, we're monitoring the Facebook page, what's going on. And Jessica's really got this dialed in now where it's all Google Doc'd. So I can just look at Google Docs and look at the tabs for each competition, and it's filling in the names as people are doing them. It's pretty sweet. And so then myself or one of my kids is just adding the names to the buckets. At the end of the movie, we give it a little bit of a buffer, maybe 10 minutes after, because maybe some people started it a little later than others. Then I go back live and I go, hey, thanks everybody for taking part. And I do another ask for business. And then we draw. We do the drawings for the prizes. And then, within the next 2 days, we mail out all the prizes. And I even have each person's like thank you card in my hand at the mailbox. And I take a picture of me holding their thank you card, and it has their gift cards, like the winners in it. And I go, mailing you your gift cards right now. Thank you so much for taking part. Another touch, and then they say thank you back to you. Then they usually thank me again when they get the gift cards in the mail, the winners of the competition. So you can see how there's just a multitude of ways.
Lindsay, he answered, but he didn't answer the question, right?
Oh, I know. Well, Tulio, so one of the questions Blanca has asked, and so I'll clarify. So Blanca, you usually pick a movie that is available on all streaming services so that folks can just push play on whatever streaming service, DVD, VHS, whatever they have to watch the movie of the movie night so that everybody's watching it on their own system. My very first movie night, I made the mistake of picking a movie that was a paid movie, and then people couldn't access it. And I ended up sending out $20 gift cards to everybody that wanted to watch the movie. It got very expensive very fast. So my suggestion is pick a movie that's available on Netflix, Amazon, that's free, makes it very easy to access. And then you just tell folks, hey, get your Netflix ready. We're all going to push play. You watch it on your own streaming service.
I
want
agree.
to chime in that we actually have just started doing this. We're coaching with Lindsay as well. We've actually just started doing something similar to this, and a really good streaming service to look at is Amazon Prime, because 95% of people already pay for Amazon Prime, which means they have Prime Video.
Ooh, such a good one. Yes. The key is to pick a free movie, because I made the mistake of doing Trolls when it was $20, and I spent like $700 buying Trolls for most people.
Prime Video has free videos that are included with your Prime subscription. So if you just make sure you're picking a Prime Video, it's free for everyone, and typically everyone has it. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we did the same as Lindsay when we started, and we worried about it. And it's kind of funny because we don't really worry about it anymore. We pick something that's Netflix or Disney, and if they don't have it, then they just get it. They just rent it for the night. But we don't even talk about how do you get it. We really stressed about it at the beginning. We even sent out like gift cards where they could pay for the movie with our gift cards. We're like, forget that. People do it on their own. Most of them have Netflix or Disney, and if they want to watch the movie, they can pay the $3 for it on something. But yeah, it hasn't even been an issue, that part of it. So that's essentially the way. There's a lot of little parts along the way, many that come together. But I want to just kind of walk you through what we do from a bigger standpoint. And by having these slides, it'll help. And you can always hit myself and Jessica up for some advice on it as well, if you like. But just a beautiful way to stay in touch with your clients, put on a little show for them, ask for business multiple times throughout. And, I know that we all say, what'd you get from it from a business standpoint? And sometimes it's hard to figure out, especially when you're us. And I think you guys as well, because we stay in touch with our clients by so many ways throughout the year that it can be sometimes challenging to say that movie got us this many. Okay. We have an expectation from nowadays, 1 to 3, I would say, to come from a movie. But, when you do a movie and then you do another event and then you do a pizza thing and then you do an ice cream social and then your client calls you and says, we're ready to sell. Which one was it? It was all of them in the end. It's doing what we're supposed to do, staying in touch with our people, caring about them, loving it on them, and just being it gets you to that point where when it's time to list their house, they're not going to pick anyone else. You've stayed in their life better than their own family has. And I have clients who tell me that all the time. They go, Tulio, you call me more than my brother does. And these client appreciation events are a huge part of it for us. If you have 8 to 10 touches 4 times a year, huge. That's tremendous. So that's really where I'm going to leave that at. Let me see if I can stop that share.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
Because we haven't even touched on my absolute favorite part of this whole entire process. So I'm director of ops. I'm all about the data. I'm all about the database. My favorite thing about this is, in order for them to get their treat box, I need a name, a phone number, an email address, and a working mailing address. And people will hand it over left, right, and center, 40 or 50 at a time for every single event. Do you know what that does to our contact and our follow-up in our database to have all of that? We have Tulio, we've got a couple of clients that like don't respond to anything. No newsletters, no phone calls, no cold calls, no D2. We have a movie night. They haven't talked to us in 2 years, and all of a sudden I've got all the contact information. They want popcorn, and then they start answering our calls when we call them. That's my favorite part. I could care less about anything else that happens. Having their addresses and their phone numbers is amazing to me.
Absolutely.
And I know that was one of the questions by JC. So JC, I just answered that question, but to compound that question, what we used to do is create a Google form. So people they'd have so much just fear of missing out because we'd promote it and I would tease it and I would get people excited and be like, guess what movie we're going to do? And, and they're like guessing and they're engaging in the Facebook group, right? And then we would release the Google Sheet. And to Jess's point, the Google Sheet also helps you update your database. So if somebody's moved, it allows you to get a new mailing address. And what I love about the virtual events is, my business was a lot of military families. So our military families are scattered throughout the entire country. So our military families could tune in no matter where they were. And the cool part about that is, guess what military families know? They know of people that are buying and selling homes constantly. And one of the questions on our Google form was, hey, do you have a friend that has an upcoming move? We'd love to connect with them. And they'd connect the friend with the Facebook group. We get their contact information, and it just goes back into the ecosystem.
We've invited people that are even new, like just a lead, someone who we've engaged with, but maybe we don't have it under agency yet. And we're like, this may be a longer term nurture. And as you've put in your notes, it's a family, they have kids, whatever. And then you reach out to me, hey, I was just thinking about you. My team's doing this. We have this event coming up and we do these. We say it for you, but I consider you one of my clients now. So I'm going to invite you to it. Do you think your kids would enjoy taking part in this? Sure. You do that for them. You own them. You already got like, look at what they do for their people. In all honesty, no one does this kind of stuff. I mean, does your dentist do this? Does your insurance agent do this? Does your financial planner do this? None of them do this. We do this. And that's what's pretty sweet about these type of things. And it's really fun. It makes staying in touch fun in the end.
Questions. JC wants to know if you'd be willing to share the questions from the RSVP. Jess is saying yes.
I'll make sure that resource gets to you, Lindsay. Either Anna and I will either send a working link so they can see the questions, or I'll PDF screenshot the questions so they can see how we structure our Google form.
Wonderful. And the gangster move is you have the Google form connected to Zapier that sends it directly into your CRM, and you've got your nurture campaign set up in your CRM so that then the whole system does it on automation.
Well, and depending on your CRM, you can set it up as a landing page. So we back-end it into our website so that is an eventuality that will happen. But yeah, you can set up as a landing page depending on your CRM as well.
Yes. So one other thing I want to touch base on, again, I can't get over how impactful these events can be in your business just to stay in touch with your clients. Tulio, share with me some of the stories, like the heartfelt stories that you have over the years doing these events. Like obviously the virtual movie night is one event, but Tulio does other events like an ice cream social. Tulio's done pizza nights. And the event is usually tied to some sort of give back to the local community. So virtual movie night's one event. Tulio, give me some heartfelt stories that you've experienced over the years and in just doing events for your business.
So we have, and I learned this from Lindsay, okay, to start tying our events to some sort of philanthropic event, giving thing. And it's never money. Okay. It's usually a food drive, a coat drive, a sock drive for the homeless, things like that. So for an example, there's a family-owned ice cream parlor here in Colorado Springs called Rizzuto's, and it happens to not be too far away from where I live. And people in the northern part of Colorado Springs know it. It's cool. And I like to do these things at family-owned places also. It's kind of a way of supporting your community. You can usually get the owner or the manager to take part in a video with you, and it promotes their ice cream parlor or their pizza place. And what we'll often do is make sure we show up early. And then many of you know Dan on my team, Dan Culbertson. He drives a pretty big F-150 truck. He will back that right up to the restaurant's like space that goes right into their door. And our clients know when they sign up, we call them and ask them, would you bring like 4 to 8 cans of, food, any type of canned food that we can make a donation to? And we'll pick a nonprofit to support. Because we are a military town, often we do an entity called Warriors Warehouse that has both a food division and they also have a clothing division. So we will strive to fill the F-150 with our clients, doing it together. And it's so cool because they show up with just trays of canned food. You know how when you're at Walmart or whatever, you could buy like the whole tray of canned corn or whatever. They'll bring 12 cans, and some will bring multiple. And it is so neat to see either a table or the truck grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And throughout the event, we get pictures with our clients at the truck or at the table, whatever it is, as it grows. And we share the pictures with them. It's another touch. Okay. And we share the pictures with the nonprofit organization as well. And they post, look what the Peña team and their clients did for us. And that goes huge because they have a big population on social media as well. And then we go live while we're there with the owner of the ice cream parlor. And I tell them, I thank them for helping support us and giving us a place to do this at. And I show them with me and the truck full of the food. So it makes them look good too. Okay. And it is good in the end to do these types of things. We'll rent a pavilion at a local park. And because green chili is a thing here in Colorado and like New Mexico and stuff like that, I happen to love cooking it. So I'll do a green chili cook-off night where we feed everybody green chili, and it's in the fall. And everybody brings a coat to donate to a local nonprofit. And the table grows. It becomes a gigantic mound of coats. We've done socks and things like that as well. So these are all different things that we've done, and we've developed relationships with different nonprofits because of it, where they've even invited us in to tour their facility. And they do a big gratitude back to us. But we make sure that they understand that it's not just the Peña team. It's the Peña team and our clients, that we did this together. And I never go live or do a post saying, look at what like Tulio did or look at what the Peña team did. It's always, look at what the clients of the Peña team did. Look at what our friends, our clients, look at what we did together. This is huge. And my goodness, I mean, when you go and people start to notice it, and when you go and sit down with your own clients, they go, we love what you do for the community. And that's pretty cool. But I always go, we did that as a group. That's like 40 families, 50 families that came to that event made that happen. I got to be the coordinator, and I appreciate that. But it was a lot of people who did that too, who fed 50 families together. So it's important to make sure that you don't take it all. Make sure you share it with your people.
Who here is inspired by Tulio's journey and wants to make the public claim that they're going to incorporate an event into their strategy this year? Who have we inspired to do that today? Woo! Kathleen, yes. JC, yes. Blanca, I see your hand. Okay. Oh, Clint, you missed the whole thing on Zoom. We talked about you while you were gone. You'll have to watch the replay. Victoria's got some ideas. Milana, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Who wants to come on voice and ask Tulio a question about that, or who wants to share any ahas they experienced in being on the call today? Kathleen, I see you. Yeah, Richard, let's go.
Well, thank you both for today's session. Definitely thought about some things that were brought up and some great ideas. I did have a question regarding the type. So, like the movies are typically Disney movies. Or have y'all ever done anything that's not maybe geared towards children?
I believe they can be done. We keep them very family friendly. Okay, so they usually are Disney or Pixar. You know, in our world, I know Lindsay has shared with me that they've done some that maybe for the, you know, slightly older kids and stuff as well, like Goonies and stuff like that. Or sometimes when you watch those, you got to be pretty careful with them because there may be even just one phrase that if you know,
Yeah.
really strong Christian families here, it could put them off. So I would say watch those before. There was stuff from the 80s that was fine in the 80s, but it's not
Yeah.
kosher today, you know? So just be careful with those decisions. A lot of you know my friend Starling Oliver. She does these type of things with Jessica. What's the stuff she loves? Hallmark. She does this type of stuff with Hallmark, okay, that are more adult focused. And she actually has a group, a Facebook group for people who love Hallmarks. And they do watch parties and stuff like that. So I believe that surely could be done. Um, it's our choice that we've done family friendly ones. But go ahead, Kathleen.
So, as always, great seeing you, Tulio, and thank you very much for all the information. So when you do your movies, and I had to jump on a call quick, you said you have them watch or bring it up on whatever stream they're on, correct?
Yes.
So I guess, do you do a survey beforehand? Like, how do you know they have Netflix or Hulu or whatever streaming service? Like, how do you decipher that?
You know, that's a good question. And I don't know if you caught this earlier, but we used to worry about that a lot at the beginning. We don't worry about it at all anymore.
Gotcha.
We just tell them you can watch it on Netflix, you can watch it on Hulu, you can watch it on Disney. You know, some people may have to buy it. We don't even bring up that they may have to buy it. If they want to take part, they'll
They're gonna do
the
it.
dollars to do it. Most of the ones we choose are free on, or not free because you pay for Netflix, you pay for,
Right.
but if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you can go on Prime and rent almost any of these ones for about $3 to $5. None of these
Right.
are like that they just released or anything.
Right. Most likely they're gonna have FOMO and do whatever to be part of the fun, the excitement, right? The activity.
Right. You know, now it's to the point that they don't even ask us, how do we get it? They just get it. If you make it a big deal, it'll be a big deal. Don't make
Right.
it a big deal.
Keep it simple, no, KISS.
Yeah.
Well,
And
thank
you
you.
know, when we started these, I was first like many people, self-conscious about, should I get a costume? Should I not get a costume? Ham it up, have fun with it. If you're not one to ham it up, get that t-shirt that says Toy Story on it, and just wear something like that. But I got the costumes. There were times where I had clients who were so into it that I would call them up and go, would your children like to make a video with me to do the graham cracker
Yeah.
treats? And they'd go, yeah. They go, would you like me to bring the stuff over? We do it in your kitchen? And they go, yeah. And then I'd have different family. I'd go to different clients' houses dressed like Aladdin.
So you're reliving, you get to relive your youth, your childhood.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun to do it in 2 or 3 different families' kitchens. So it's not always Tulio's kitchen, And then they really feel like it's they like repost it to their Facebook pages. Look what my realtor does for us. We have parties, it's cool.
Great idea.
And what's cool about all of this is like we're creating an experience from a snack box, right? And you're bringing joy into people's homes, and you're telling a story, you're creating this experience. But to Tulio's point, make it fun. Have fun with it. I think one of my favorite things was our movie nights. I would dress up like Lady Glitter Sparkles. I had troll hair, and and just sharing it all over Facebook. People get into it. They love it. Our team look forward to it. My kids are now 13 and 11. And back then when they were little, every week, Mom, are we going to do a movie night? When are we going to do a movie night, Mom? Like, kids loved it. And it's just an opportunity to touch. The conversion happens in the conversation. We just need to get in front of our clients, have conversations with people. Then they know, like, and trust you. They're going to refer to you. So we just have to use these as opportunities to constantly get in front of your clients. Other questions? Anybody else want to come on and say hi to Tulio? Any ahas? We've got several people that have made the claim they're going to do a movie night. So I want to hold you guys accountable to this. Let us know when you're going to host your movie night.
I just want to say this is such a good idea for my team also, because I have agents in Raleigh and Wilmington. So we're not always able to coordinate like a good place to get together and to host an event. So something virtual is very inclusive, which is fantastic. This was a really good idea. Thank you, Tulio.
Oh, you're welcome. Have fun with it. Just know that, get together, follow a plan, a timeline, have a few people on your team help you with stuff so that it's not all on your shoulders. And then even on movie night, if you're doing it from your house, have a couple of your teammates there to help lighten the load for you and stuff. Now I even have that done for me virtually. Anna doesn't have to be there. Jessica doesn't have to be there. But they're helping me virtually do these things. I'm just watching a spreadsheet and we have the movie going on, and myself and my family and some neighbors and the teammates are eating pizza and having wings together during it. And it can be really low stress. Okay. But you do need to plan. That's the thing. You have to plan out each step. Blanca.
I was going to say, Tulio, we have 2 questions.
Okay.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Hi, Tulio. It's nice seeing you. I mean, you know that I always following you, and I'm following Jessica, and now I'm going to start following Lindsay. For me, one of the aha is, I do seminars. I mean, those kind of are being the type of events that I have been doing lately, or the blessing basket when it comes to Thanksgiving. And I'm preparing one for in the apostolado is the one that controls the churches here in Louisiana, in New Orleans. That is going to be for first-time buyers, but I'm also bringing an attorney that is going to be talking about issues that are important to the community right now, for the Hispanic community. And so what I'm going to try to do is kind of implement some of the steps, the time frames as to when is that you're doing what, let's say in Facebook or the text or all that, because I think that I can apply it, even though this is not going to be a movie night, but it's an event nevertheless. So try to follow some of the steps to try to get more audience. Mine is on April the 12th. So with this, it's going to help me to put a calendar as to what do I have to do and how am I going to do it. But this is going to be very helpful just to following that to try to get more audience and more awareness to the community.
Yeah, you can apply this to many things in business and life. Just getting good at coordinating events. You can almost say, I can plan and organize anything after you've done this. Richard? You're still muted.
Hi. Yeah,
you're good.
no, I just wanted to follow up. I guess my previous question when I was asking about other movies aside from the Disney movies was that, so like I've organized movie get-togethers. Everyone paid for their own ticket. It had like a nonprofit spin. That's kind of my big part of my background, a big part of who I am in terms of volunteering. So that's why I was asking if y'all had ever done that, and especially there's a movie documentary coming out called Audrey's Children, the founder of the Ronald McDonald House Foundation. So I was actually looking at potentially doing something like that, but it's a in-person event versus the virtual, and was just trying to see what your thoughts is because I've done things like that, but where I also, one of the things I truly struggle with is having an event like that and incorporating any type of reference to my business. And that's just something like, because I've done done these types of things for many years before I got into real estate. And so that's something where I struggle with, because I had the annual diaper drive for 10 years for the Houston Area Women's Center. And so this was the first year that I wasn't able to do, just because some personal things that didn't allow me to do. So that was just something that I personally struggle with in trying to somehow incorporate that. It just because it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't feel right. Just trying to see how kind of how you go about.
Richard, my recommendation would be, if it's about a movie, pick something that the masses will like and would be accepted by the masses. Sometimes we want to do something that we love, you know, and what we love isn't always what everybody loves or their kids would dig or whatever. So I would keep it as, you know, and maybe poll, not just this group, but poll your clients on what they would be interested in. Okay. And I don't know if that fully answers your question, but I would make whatever you're doing be as accepted by the masses as possible. Okay. All right. Clint.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this whole presentation. I had to step away regarding, the discussion about the movies, but I will watch this. I've been doing clothes donations for the homeless for years on an individual basis. I door drop letters in my farm, and then the people contact me and I get their information when they say, come pick up X amount of clothes. And it did result in a listing and a sale and a lease over time. And then I have an older gentleman that has given me several donations of clothes and says I'll be his realtor when the time comes. So just some, there has been results from it, but I like your idea of the movies and the drives and everything.
Good job, Clint. Keep it up, brother.
Yes. Well, we are at time, and I want to be respectful of everyone's time. So I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I know there's been a lot of information shared. Folks are really excited. If you'd like to get connected with us, there's multiple ways. You'll be getting some emails on the replay. We've got access to the Forward Momentum community, where next month, actually, we're going to be launching a challenge for hosting your first client event. We're going to have templates in there. We're going to have Tulio's Mastermind from today in there. We're going to have things that you can download, all the access. It's all about going out and making an impact, folks. So continue to do amazing things. Go and make an impact, and let's buy and sell some houses today. Thank you so much, Tulio.
You're welcome. Thank you all. See you soon.
Thank you, Tulio.